Hi, everybody. I'm Pratibha Agarwal. I am an immigration attorney. I'm based right outside of Washington, D.C. in Arlington, Virginia. Our clients, however, are all throughout the United States, and we can help represent you no matter where in the U.S. or even internationally that you're located. This is because immigration is a federal practice, so it doesn't matter where in the world you are located. We can help you with your U.S. immigration case, so feel free to give our office a call at 703-348-1663. We are streaming live on both Facebook and on TikTok right now. Sunny, hi, how are you? Sunny saying hello from Facebook. Sunny joins me pretty often. It's nice to see you. It's been a while. I missed you guys. Again, I'm here to answer your immigration questions, so feel free to put forth your questions, and I will do my best to answer them. Just as a heads up, that everything that we are talking about here, it is not confidential, it is not privileged. We have multiple people streaming on multiple platforms, so just as a heads up, these are general questions, general responses. It cannot be considered legal advice. Feel free to ask them. I will do my best to give you the most information possible. Okay, and if you'd like to schedule a consultation, feel free to call our office, which is 703-348-1663. Again, that's 703-348-1663. So let me jump into our question for the day. So we start off with a question that comes up really often. It actually comes up so often in our lives, and I think it will be useful to many of you. And the question is, my green card application is taking a really long time. What can I do to make it move faster? What can I do? What's going on with the process, right? Are there options? So yes, absolutely, there are options. There are options. If your application has been pending for a really, really long time, what can I do? What steps should you take? One thing that is not recommended to jump right into, but if it's been way, very, very long, one thing you can do is apply, is check on the processing times, right? So the application time might be 2 years or 3 years, and you don't realize that. So you can check the processing time for every single application. So that's the first thing that you do. If it is outside of normal processing times, you can put in a request with USCIS to take a look at your case, and usually that will resolve the issue if it is outside of normal processing times. However, even if an application is taking a really long time, even if it is not outside of normal processing times, you might be able to get a decision really fast, right? There's a way to get a decision really fast. And this is not for everybody. This is not for the faint of heart, but you can sue the federal government. That's what you can do. You can sue the federal government. So again, the question is really, my application is stuck. My green card application is stuck. What can I do to make the government make a decision faster? So one of the options is to file a complaint in federal court. So we can help you do that. And this is against the agency that is processing the application. So it might be the State Department, it might be Department of Homeland Security, but you file a federal complaint, you work with an attorney, of course, don't do this on your own. You could try, I guess, but work with an attorney, and you file a complaint in federal court where you are requiring the agency to fulfill their obligation of making a decision on your case in a reasonable amount of time. So many immigration cases have been taking years and years, and we can argue that it is not a reasonable amount of time, and you can argue that a decision should be made much sooner. This is even if it's within processing times, but again, many long, lengthy periods of time. All right. And you may be able to get a decision even before your case goes to court. So this is something that our firm works with. This is something that we help many different people with. If you have a case that's pending for a really long time, if you've applied for your green card and it's been pending for a really long time, we can help you. We can definitely help you with moving forward with kind of forcing the government to make a decision on your case. Okay. Call our office for a consultation if you would like to find out more about this. You can reach me at 703-348-1663. Again, you can reach me at 703-348-1663. Sunny says, I got an RFE for moral after I had 3 prima facies and I responded almost 3 months now, and I still don't have any response from USCIS on my case. It's almost been 3 years now. Should I put in inquiries? All right, for those of you that are wondering, Sunny has filed a self-petition. A self-petition, and his question really is, I filed a self-petition and I got an RFE, a request for additional evidence for good moral character, after he's had 3 different prima facie cases and it's been 3 months. What can he do? He's looking for options, right? So the first thing I would do, this is for a self-petition for victims of abuse. So if you're married to a US citizen or a green card holder and you're a victim of abuse, you could be eligible to file for a green card on your own without your spouse. And if your case has been pending for just 3 months, it is actually kind of within the time frame. So usually after the prima facie determination, which is basically the government looking at your case and saying, we think you satisfy quickly at our quick review, you satisfy all of the different requirements. And then they kind of protect you. You're protected from being deported while they're reviewing your application. So if it's pending, if the prima facie has been issued and it's only been 3 months, you're probably going to get fingerprinting next. And after that, you will, a year and a half after that, you will be able to hopefully get your I-360, the self-petition, approved. And in 2 to 2.5 years, your green card would be approved, assuming everything goes smoothly with your case. So that is the time frame. So if it's only been 3 months, Sunny, I don't think that's that far out of the time frame. But again, as I mentioned, you can always sue the government if it's been too long, if it's been taking an unreasonable amount of time. I would say consult with a lawyer, and you can force the government to make a decision on your case. All right, if you would like to give us a call, we can schedule a consultation. If your case has been pending for a very long time, we can schedule a consultation and see what options there are to get a decision on your case. All right. You can reach me again. My name is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney, and I help clients all throughout the United States and internationally in all sorts of immigration applications. You can reach me at 703-348-1663. And feel free to schedule a consultation, and I would love to chat more with you. Hidayat. Hi, Hidayat. How are you? I have some big time fans joining me today that I haven't seen you guys in a long time, and I'm so happy to have you join me again today. Hidayat saying, I'm still waiting for my decision. So sometimes this happens. Let's say you go to an interview, right? I went to my green card interview and I don't have a decision on my case. I've been put in administrative processing. What can I do? You do have options. If you've been put in administrative processing, sometimes the decision might come quickly, but it can sometimes be a black hole. So you do have options if you've gone to an interview and your case has been put in administrative processing. That means they need to completely review your case. So that would be maybe a good time or a good opportunity to sue the government to force a decision on your case so it doesn't just sit in this black hole. So essentially, we usually can get a decision in about 60 days when we do that. If you're interested, give us a call. We're at 703-348-1663, and we will speak with you about the process and the timeline. We conduct our consultations by phone and by Zoom. So depending on your preference, you just let us know, and we will accommodate you. Okay. Sunny's saying, I have a prima facie for over 2 years. So yes, this might be something. If your case has been pending over 2 years and that is not within the normal time frame, then you certainly. Excuse me, maybe your fingerprints expired, so that's why they had you redo probably the evidence of good moral character. But Sunny is the situation where he is married to a U.S. citizen or a green card holder. He is self-petitioning for himself based on abuse. So it is a long process. The whole thing can take about 3 years. You're saying 2 years have passed already. We handle these cases pretty often. I would love to chat with you more about your case. Give us a call to schedule a consultation. We're at 703-348-1663. Mohammed says, Hi, Mohammed. How are you? Nice to see you. Let me go through and respond to some of these questions here. Amber says, does an Indian license work in the UK? I'm not sure what your question is, so I'm guessing maybe it's your driver's license. So as a heads up, my name is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. I'm based in the U.S. And I only handle U.S. immigration law. So if you have a U.S. immigration law question, feel free to reach out to our office. I'd be happy to chat with you about your case. We schedule consultations by phone and by Zoom. So I'd be happy to talk more with you on that. Okay. Give us a call. Again, you can reach us at 703-348-1663. All right, great. Rayan says, how are you doing? Great. I'm doing great, Rayan. I hope you're doing well too. I'm so glad that everyone is joining today. Again, if you have an immigration question, go ahead and put it in there and I'll do my best to answer that question. If you want a more thorough meeting with us, the best thing to do is schedule a consultation with our firm. Again, we're at 703-348-1663. Another question is, I'm married to a green card holder. Do I need to wait until I become till they become a citizen? Excuse me. Let me say that again. I'm married to a green card holder. Do I need to wait until they become a citizen for me to apply for a green card, right? So there's two different scenarios there. So if you're married to a green card holder and you're in status, no, you usually do not have to wait until they become a citizen in order for you to apply for your green card. It's not faster. It's actually pretty fast. Even if someone is a green card holder and they're sponsoring another green card holder, right? But then there's another scenario where you are out of status. So let's say you entered illegally, or you had some kind of status like a tourist visa and it expired and now you're married to a green card holder. Okay. In that situation, there are still possibilities for you to apply for your green card, right? It depends on the nature of your relationship. If there are challenges in your relationship, you may be able to qualify for a green card still, even though you're married to a green card holder and you're out of status. It is possible. So you should call our office, schedule a consultation. If you do qualify, you would get a work permit in about 6 to 8 months and a green card in about 2 to 2.5 years. So give us a call. We can see if that is a possibility for you. If you are a green card holder, if you're married to a green card holder and you are out of status. Okay. I think S. Bonky says, I have a travel doc that will expire in April 2022. Can I reapply before April? Yes, absolutely. So you can apply usually definitely within 3 months. So it depends on the visa, the type of thing, right? So usually within 90 days, I would recommend you can apply to renew your work authorization. You can apply to renew your travel authorization, usually within 90 days of the expiration date. Usually things like O visa and H-1B visa, those might expire. I would suggest 6 months, even 6 months before it expires, to get your materials ready and apply for that. Okay, so that's my suggestion on when to apply if something you have right now is expiring. All right. Well, everybody, I think those are all the questions for today. It is very nice to see everyone. Excuse me. It's very nice to see everybody. Call our office for a consultation. We're at 703-348-1663. And I will see you soon. Okay. Bye, everyone.